Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and welcome to the last part of Charade Maniacs. So technically, the last part was the last part, but this is the voice acting fun times. I've heard everyone's voices because I had to go into the settings and like tweak everything and whatnot and make sure it sounded okay. So I got a little sneak peek. um, but yeah, so we're gonna start here. This is the end scene. I kind of skipped forward. This is right before everybody shows up so that all the characters are here. So we're going to go back and forth. I'm not going to obviously reread anything. We're just going to listen. So, you know, um, but we'll do this for a little while, this scene and everything like that. We might end up skipping a little bit because I don't think we'll get I don't remember if the director shows up here or not. I don't think he does, but I mean, we can always go into the settings afterward and then skip through and hear everyone's voices. I also turned the base game music completely off because even with it on its lowest, it almost like I don't know if it kind of mutes it a little bit when people talk. It doesn't do that in the settings when I was messing around, and I'm like, it is like screaming in the back, and I'm like, no, I want you to hear the voices. I don't want you to like the background music is so motherfucking loud in this game. Like even at its lowest. So it's basically like screaming in your motherfucking ear or completely off. So I just turned it off, but here we go. So anyway.
こう暗いとシステムが落ちた時が不安になるっつうか。
This will also be kind of the first time I hear them aside from in the little settings. But Iochi's voice is the only one that kind of surprised me a little bit. And I was like, huh, but you know what? It works. But everybody else, I'm like, yeah, no, it's kind of what I expected. You know what I mean? Like, there's times when you expect a voice, and obviously I can't do them right. But then you're like, yeah, no, that fits. Except for, all that's coming to my mind is Tyrell from frickin' Even If Tempest. And I was like, the fuck did you do? That's not right at all. Stop it. I hate it. Like, but most people here, you're like, yeah, all right, yeah, uh-huh. Obviously, you would think, I mean, hi, they're professional people creating this game, picking the voice actors that are gonna work for the roles, so of course they're gonna fit. But there are times that it either is like, nah, it doesn't fit for me, or like it's not what I envisioned. But like everybody here is like, yeah, no, it's what I envisioned this work. Like, I don't know.
いいから先進んでよ。京也くんは意外とビビリなわけ？
Like he's got the little like harassing whine in his voice. It works.
そういうお前も進めよ。邪魔だ。
It is funny though, because like he's got such a deeper voice than I would have expected, and yet I knew what to expect because it's fucking Lupin. So like you know.
わかってるってば。
But also Lupin's voice, you're like, Lupin isn't what you expect, and yet like you know what his voice is gonna sound like, and yet you're like, but I still don't expect it. I don't know. Love it. Okay.
やっぱりここにいた。
And if you're multitasking while you're doing this, then you're gonna have to guess, wait, that's so-and-so's voice. That's a fun game to play, and then you're gonna have to look up and see who was speaking at the time, because I'm not gonna tell you. This time I'm not telling you. Okay.
ここにいたのか。無事でよかった。
Yeah. I think everybody's voice in here is actually really good. I'm obviously they're
瀬名くんが見つかったのはいいけど、これは全員勢揃いか。このタイミングで。
like so for Iochi, I was like, not what I expected, but yet fits perfectly because it definitely hits that like the masculine edge, but there's a feminine tone to it, and it's very kind of neutral and like works perfectly for Iochi being like, who knows? I love it. It's good. I'm like, it wasn't what I was expecting for some reason, and then when I heard it in the settings, I was like, but no, it's perfect. It's I don't know what I was expecting, but like I think Iochi's voice is the only one that went, huh. No, but it works perfectly. Yeah, good. Cool. I like it,
このタイミング。しかもこの場所は。他とは明らかに様子が違うんだが。説明してくれるか、行部。
もちろん。 でも僕よりよく知ってる人間が目の前にいると思うけどね。
誰のことかな。
黙っておけばいいのに、わざわざ口開いて言うのがそれ？煽ってんの？
And I also do, because, like, again, Nobuhiko Okamoto is, like, really fucking good. He's, again, I'm sure a lot of Japanese VAs are like this, but there's only, like, a handful that I know for a fact. I'm like, I know that they are good like this, where it's like they've got the cutesy voice and then they do, like, the sexy voice. So it's really funny listening to him do, like, this kind of, like, softer voice for Haiji and then knowing Yang voice in your But again, I know because, again, Fire Emblem Engage, he does, like, the, "Oh, I'm the awkward nerd over here," for fucking Elchrist, and you're like, every once in a while he whips it, and you're like, that got a little sexy, Elchrist, what are you doing? Listen, still haven't finished the game, but
全力で煽ってんのはお前だろ。コントロールパネルのロックを解除したのは行部お兄ちゃん？
but it's so funny because, like, I don't even want to say it's so funny because I'm just, like, picturing in my head, like, the drastic differences that his voice swings. And, like, obviously, like, we know Jun Fukuyama's good at it. We know Junichi Suabe's good at it because, hi, I'm just taking Black Butler and then any fucking Otome they've been in. Hi, what the fuck, dude? Right? Like, but it still amazes me every single fucking time. It doesn't matter how many times we go through this. I'm always like, guys, it blows my fucking mind. Again, and I'm going to throw shade at English voice acting. Not for, like, AAA games. Like, usually AAA games, they get good voice actors. There are good English VAs. There are fucking amazing ones, and they cost money. They don't really get them for anime a lot. So anime, you get the, like, I'm, like, really upset. You get voice acting that's worse than mine half the time, which is saying something, guys. That's saying something, okay? Like, I could at least get paid $5 more than the people that get to pay for anime. So I'm just saying. That's a lot of shade because I suck at this. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm being serious right now. And they're doing that and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Why does everyone do that? Why? Can't you just... So every time Japanese VAs can just do a complete legit voice that's completely drastically different than their other completely legit voice, still blows my motherfucking mind, and it's still super fucking impressive to me, and I don't know. And maybe it's also because I don't understand the language, really. I know, like, 6 words at this point, after years of not studying, that, like, you're like, I mean, maybe people who know Japanese are like, yeah, it's not that great. I doubt that. I doubt it. I'm pretty sure everyone's fucking impressed. Why can't we... Listen. I saw on Reddit the other day, someone posted, like, would you, like, play, like, do you want, like, English dubs for, like, Otome games? Fuck no! Because they would not get good people. Persona 5, Final Fantasy games, all those, they get good quality voice actors. I have one exception of Final Fantasy 7 remake, one that I'm like, why? It's Sephiroth, guys. It's fucking Sephiroth. He's an actual fucking actor. The man doing this is an actual fucking actor, but I'm sorry, he's borderline almost doing the, like, I'm serious. And it's like, you're doing that Christian Bale Batman fucking thing that I can't say. What are you doing? Why? It's like, oh, God. It's not quite as bad as anime voice acting, but it's right there where I'm like, no, it drives me crazy. I don't know what it is. I'm like, you are a legit actor, sir. Like, you should be better at this. But yet everybody else in that, including Aerith, who's like, she's a fucking YouTuber. They were like, let's get her to do this. And she's fucking great. Like, but this man who's an actual professional fucking actor should not be a voice actor. Voice acting and acting are different things. Because acting, you have to do with your whole face and body. Voice acting, you just do with your voice. Totally different thing. Like, just because you're a voice actor doesn't mean you can be an actor. Just because you're an actor doesn't mean you're good at voice acting. Some people are good at both. But the dude who's playing Sephiroth, not good at voice acting. You're not good at it. I know some people like it, but there's something about it. It's too close to that, like, I'm being serious. And I'm like, you could have had the sexy, deep lilt in his voice without sounding like you're doing a really bad Christian Bale Batman impression. I don't know why it tweaks me and it bothers me. But that's what we would, and that's I'm sure he cost a lot of money, but we would get the shitty stuff. We wouldn't get Matt Mercer up in this shit. Okay, you wouldn't be getting him doing this. The only fucking name that I can think of off the top of my head for English VAs, okay? But, like, you're not getting high quality like that in here. You're gonna get the low budget people and everything's gonna suck. Please don't ever fucking do that. Don't waste money getting shitty English voice actors. You know, don't do it. Again, I want to specify, I'm not saying all English voice acting is garbage, okay? Because I know someone's going to get triggered and, like, point out certain people. And I'm like, I'm not talking about the good ones. Well, they're not going to bring good ones in to do this, the dubs for these. They're going to bring in the bottom of the barrel, and it's going to be awful. Please don't do that to us. We deserve better. Let's just keep our sexy Japanese voice actors, okay? Because they're fucking perfect. I mean, nobody could do it better. And even though Persona 5 was dubbed very well in English, to be fair, I still listen to it in Japanese. I do miss Matt Mercer as Yusuke, though, in that. Because I did watch the Nyan Cave play Persona 5 before I played it. So I got used to Matt Mercer's Yusuke. You know, it's part of why I felt like, obviously, Yusuke, you love Yusuke anyway, but, you know, the voice did help. Okay? But I was always going to play it in Japanese because even for 2 fucking lines, I'm still going to listen to Joker be voiced by Jun Fukuyama, motherfuckers. We know me by now, and if you don't, hi, or for that man. I don't care if he's got 1 fucking line. I don't care if he's a side character. That's my favorite. Glass's character is my favorite unless Jun Fukuyama's voicing a character. Then that's my favorite. He doesn't voice enough fucking Otome game. Nice. It is why I threw down all the money for Hanawase, because I'm like, fuck that shit. He's in there. I just want to play the one that's but he's at the end. But I don't care. I still want to play the whole game, but like, we're not playing it on the channel. It's gonna take too long. That's gonna take 6 fucking years. These ones already take a year. But anyway.
すっごく大変だったから褒めてくれていいよ。おかげで目的も果たせたしね。
You're not gonna get English that's gonna come out with good like this. It's gonna be like the bad one's like, yeah, it was tough to do so you can praise me for that. I mean, even I read better than that. And I can't read, guys.
すごいね。その目的が何なのか気になるけど、今更聞いても仕方ないか。
I'm a salty bitch today. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
そうそう、今更遅いよ。みんなにも全部話しちゃった。ここが月面基地らしいってことも、この場所が本来プロデューサーじゃなきゃ使えない施設だってことも。まあ一部の人には信じてもらえてないけど、それはしょうがないよね。
それは、太宰さんがプロデューサーで間違いないということですか？
僕もね。確かに今のメイちゃんは怪しいし、プロデューサーなんじゃないかって思うけど、でもそれだけじゃないよね。
それだけじゃない。
それで終わるほど簡単な話じゃない。だからこんなめんどくさいことになってんでしょ？
めんどくさいか。確かにそうだな。
Dazai's voice is just so fucking soothing to my ears. Also, why? Fuck you for that ending. Fuck you for trying to pretend like I'm in love with Haiji in the best ending. Hell no, motherfucker! Have you heard how soothing and comforting like a warm blanket his voice is? No thanks. To the Haiji. Thank you. I'm gonna stay with Dazai and just curl up in the warmth.
もうちょっと詳しく話を聞きたかったけど、お前の言う通り、時間がないみたいだ。ハイジ。
It's like perfect because it's so calm. It's just so calm. Like, here it is, and you're like, what? It's soothing. Stop.
そうだね。まあいいよ。せっかくここまで全員たどり着いたんだし、答えを聞いてあげる。
And what I'll give props to, like, IG for, at least. It's funny because I know I don't have my guide open to remember whose voice. I know I recognize some of the other voice actors, but now I can't remember who's who anymore. I only remembered Nobuhiko Okamoto because I remember being like, and then that's why Haiji's also sus, because like Haiji was already sus, and then I saw the voice actor list, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's also. But usually like sometimes when voice actors try to do like higher pitch, like cutesier voices, it kind of gets in that grating territory. There is a point, and it's just a me thing, I think. I'm sure other people have it too. It's not an everybody thing, but I'm sure there's a handful of us that are like, yeah, there's a point where it gets too high pitch and like, oh, I'm doing cutesy high pitch and it hurts. And you're like, no, I don't like it. It hurts my ears. He can do like the cutesy kind of voice, but it still is in that register where you're like, it's cutesy, but it's not irritating. It's like a nice cutesy, you know? I have to say it. It's usually they make poor Japanese, like the female voice actors, either do like sexy slash businesswoman voice, or they have high pitched grating on your nerves fucking voice. It's like, can we just have in between? We just have a normal fucking voice. Why do you make them do the high pitched, screechy, cutesy voices? And I hate those. God, I hate them. It hurts. So like when they make the male voice actors like do high pitched cutesy and then they do it too, it's like, please don't. So like, God bless him for being like, here's my cutesy voice, but it's like deep enough that it's like, it's still cutesy, but it doesn't hurt my fucking ears. High five, motherfucker. Just
な
saying.
んなのその余裕。この状況なのに自信満々な態度見せられると、正直及び腰になるね。
Like, Gyobu has the little whine in his voice, and sometimes characters that have the whine also get a little too high, and I'm like, it's a little too high pitched for me. But Gyobu's doing a good job too, keeping it like, oh, like he's got the little whine lilt in his voice, but it's also not passing that point where I'm like, no, now it's irritating. I'm like, no, see, it's right below that where it's like it's got that little like pitch whine in it, but it's perfect that like you could talk for days and I'd be fine with it. You know what I mean?
今さら引くなよ。裏付けがあればいいんだろ。ここで答えを出すんなら、もう隠し玉を持っとく必要もないしさ。
He's got that little like gravel in his, not like gravelly, but like that little bit, little bit of the bro boy voice, a little bit of that tweak in there. You know, you can hear it in there.
さっきシステムがダウンした時、これまで厳重に守られていたプロテクトのいくつかが外れた。
He has the voice you expect from the little like golden retriever bro dudes. You know what I mean? He's got the voice.
おかげでアクセス権の一部が譲渡され、ここのシステムに情報局が介入しつつある。
I say this as if every single fucking Otome game we've ever played does not have exceptional voice acting. There's always an exception, randomly, here and there. Again, Tyrell from Even If Tempest comes to mind. Like, what the fuck were you doing? That's the worst thing ever. Don't give him that voice. I hate it. But, like, most of the time, it's like, they're all fucking good. So I don't know why I get impressed every time, but still! Let's be impressed every time!
それでシステムが不安定になってるんだ。情報局のクラッキングが完了すれば、もうここは機能しない。プロデューサーの意思も、ディレクターの意思も、意味を持たない。異世界配信は終わり、情報局の制圧の完了だ。
それはどうやって？
業務のおかげですね。どのみちこっちから提供した通信記録で介入は予定されてたけど、その時期が早まった。
役に立ったならよかったけど、そう話すのがまさか京也くんだなんてちょっと意外だね。
言っただろ。もう隠したって意味ねえし、情報局からの指示が俺に入ってたから。10人全員の安全が確認されたし、キャストはその場で全員待機。救出が完了するまで動かないでくれ。
と言われてもな、今さら情報局を信用できるのか。これまでずっと俺たちを放置してきたのに。
Do this for a little bit longer, then I want to kind of skip to the point where like Futami reveals himself as a sponsor and gets a little psycho, because I want to see if he changes like the tone of voice, and then when Chigasaki gets mad.
ここはネットワークにつながっているようだし、他の組織に助けを求めた方が。
放置してきたんじゃなく、手出しできなかったんすよ。それは口実にならないんで、動かないでください。
And find some more scenes where like some other people talk a little bit more, because now we're getting like we got a lot of Kyobu, we got some Mikasa. We need some more like Iochi needs to talk a little more. Chigasaki's got to get in there, you
動け
know.
ばスポンサーとみなして報告しますんで。もう一つの通信施設を使われても困るし。
it's funny because I remember this, like, being, I'll report you as the sponsor, and, like, nobody bats an eye, and then later when Futami's, like, the sponsor, and you're like, oh, what? And I'm like, we didn't know that? Because, like, this, right? I feel like this was the, it's not an empty, I guess we were all just assuming, or she was anyway, like, whatever, like, oh, it's an empty threat. He's just gonna say he's the sponsor, not, but I feel like Akase is like, I fucking know who you are.
もう一つの通信施設。
ここに来る途中で通ったぜ。ここにはスポンサーが使っている通信施設があって、それを使ってスポンサーは元の世界と通信してる。元はそこから情報局に連絡して救助を求めたんだ。スポンサーがあっちの世界と連絡取り合う方法と同じ方法でな。そうだよ。それは安心していい。そういうわけだから、脅しじゃねえけど、もう腹くくって全部話した方がいいんじゃないの？隠してること全部。この中に仲間を裏切ってる奴がいるならさ、というより知りたいんだ。もう裏切りとかどうでもいい。仲間だった時の気持ちが少しでも残ってんなら、嘘をついた理由を、本当のことを話せなかったわけよ。まあ、元の世界へ帰れば。
Okay, Akase even oh, no, wait! I was like, Akase's been talking way too goddamn much. Akase even talking too much.
そうなったら、失われた記憶や体の機能はどうなるんだ？
I'm sorry. I know what his voice sounds like, and yet every time I'm still like, he hasn't been in a game for a while, has he?
それは保証できないだろうね。人命の救助は優先されるけど、それ以上は。
I should have my guide here so I can tell you the name and other games that they've been in, but like obviously like Moloki? Lionel? Is that how you say his name? I always say his name wrong because there's like a vowel in there that I always fuck up. Anyway, that's Ibana, and I know he's Lupin, and I now my brain is like I can't remember anything else. I can't remember other ones that he's been in. But usually I have it so I can tell you and be like, they were in this game. Oh, they were this person. I don't know. Whatever, it is what it is. Like, I could get my guide and put it, but I don't want to. I'm lazy, so, like, you guys can look it up and figure it out.
人命の救助。それができていないから、今こうなってんだろうが。
They got him because you do the really good angry growl.
これまで何人死んだと思ってる？今さら救助に来たからって何なんだ？
I could love it.
情報局が無能だから、俺は自分で戻ってくるしかなかった。異世界配信のことも、奴らは全然把握してなくて。
If I didn't love you before, I do now, because it's so perfect. Like, you're angry and bitchy, and I knew that the whole time, but with that little growl in your voice, it's so good. I should be intimidated, but I'm over here giggling like an idiot. Like, I love it. It's so funny, because I feel like he hasn't been in anything for a while. Like, it was something else, obviously, between this and, like, Code Realize, but, like, it's been so fucking long, I feel like. There are certain voice actors. Guys, B Project is being localized. And I'm fucking excited because, like, it's been forever since I watched the anime, but I feel like if we're doing that, you're getting some Idol Boy anime games coming out. Maybe we'll get Utano Prince Sama. That'd be fucking amazing. But the good thing about B Project is it's like, oh my god, we get Ono-chan back! It's about time! Daisuke Ono hasn't been in a fucking Otome game that they have localized in like a decade, okay? I know it's only been a few years, but it feels like a decade. We have so many games that are coming out, and I feel like as I'm looking at the names of the voice actors, it's like, well, now all the same ones that are coming out have some of the same voice actors. I'm like, now we're seeing new people, but we used to have this little group, and it was always them. Shotaro Murakubo, right? Always there. He's also in B Project. And I swear to God, I will riot. Because I swear to watch the anime, guys. One of the best fucking things is when his character, they're like having some of the boys like go audition for like a stage play, like a Hakuoki stage play, like Shinsengumi stage play, right? And he goes, and his character, they did this on purpose, looks deadpan at the fucking like camera as if he was acting, and goes, I should play Okita. And it's like, because he's fucking Okita and Hakuoki, and it's like, these motherfuckers. I have never. That moment lives rent free in my fucking brain, and if that doesn't show up in the goddamn game, I will riot. Because it is cinematic mastery, okay? I know it's an anime, but you know what? Fuck you. It's cinematic mastery. Nothing will ever be better than that, because that is hilarious. Okay? But we're getting him back. We get fucking Ono-chan back, and like, where the fuck have they been? It has been 84 years! I'm not complaining about the voice actors we get, don't get me wrong, they're all good. But all of a sudden it went this flip of like, we have the same handful that are in like every motherfucking get to now it's new people in every fuck, and it's like, wait a minute, let's bring back some of the old school bitches. Let's mix it up! Bring them back! But also, let's not lose all the ones that we've been getting lately, because I like them too, don't get me wrong. But it's just like all of a sudden you're like, oh hey! Haven't seen this guy in an Otome in a long time, because they haven't localized any of them. It's so fucking weird. Like, baffling. Anyway. Like, everyone in what might be our next game, I'll tell you about that at the end. I'm like, well, wait, they're all in this or Jack Jean? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like guys, it's bizarre. But you don't see anyone like and maybe it's because like when Otome I usually use her guides and look at her stuff. Maybe when she puts it in, she's putting more recent games as opposed to like. But you'll still see when it's like like freaking Code Realize or something, I guess, you know, or Hakuoki or whatever. But like you don't see these guys coming up anymore. Like, you know, was Tomoki Maino in Hakuoki too? I feel like he's been in something else, but I cannot fucking place it right now. But anyway, anyway.
俺の情報提供があっても捜査は1ミリも進まなくてだから俺は結局意味不明で屈辱的なこのゲームに参加したんだ二度も
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I can't help giggling when he's getting mad and angry. It's adorable. I love him.
このまま情報局任せになるんなら俺は何のためにここに戻ってきたのか結局腕も記憶も取り返せず本当のこともわからないまま無能な奴らに全部委ねて終わりかよ
I love him so much.
前回までと今回と違っていたのはキャストが生きて帰還しそして再度キャストとして参加していたことだ君は一度帰還し情報局に保護されたけれど自分の意思で監視下を抜け出しスポンサーに接触してキャストに再志願した
なんで
それは簡単なことだったのかなエヴァノ君
簡単なわけあるか情報局が当てにならないから自分で探したんだ異世界配信のスポンサー狂信者集団を
I'm sorry. Can we just freaking listen?
それは簡単なことだったのかなエヴァノ君
Just the way he says Ibana-kun. Just the way he fucking says Ibana-kun. Just sounds like, are you seducing him? Because I'm here for it. Because there's like, I don't know why. That just, like, I'm like, he just said that. I'm like, oh. You know, just the sultry way you said that to him. Because again, I want to be in the middle of this man sandwich with my side piece does. Okay, all of us. It's like.
理解もできないそいつらにすり寄って異世界配信への参加を申し出るのは自分でも頭おかしいと思ったし
This is exactly what I expected from Ibana, though, just being high-strung the whole fucking time. I'm pretty sure that you knew that without even having the voice acting on, just by the way he talks, that he was going to be high-strung the whole time. So, I love this.
もう一度参加したところで腕を取り返せる保証もなくむしろ次こそ死ぬかもしれないと
そうだね
Oh, whoops.
その通りだ君のその行動が情報局の突破口の一つになったと考えていいんじゃないかな
Yeah, he's got such, like, a pretty voice. It's got, like, that little feminine-esque bit to it. It's perfect for Iochi, it really is.
突破口ってなんで
異世界配信の重要な手がかりである君を 情報局が本当に放置していたと思う？監視を続けていないはずがないよね。それが今の結果を生み出したんだと考えれば、君の行動は勇気ある行動だったと思うよ。僕はね。
それが自分のための行動だったとしても。
I could just live in this conversation.
ねえ、ケイちゃん今までみんなのためとか考えたことあったの？
Okay, hold on. Let's skip a little bit.
ヒントはたくさんあげたでしょ。僕と最後のゲームをしよう。僕は一体誰なんでしょうか。
We gotta get some other characters in here.
お前は異世界人とは違うんだよな。
違うよ。僕はこの世界の生き物とは違う。
その様子じゃ、あれがどんな生き物なのか、お前は知っているみたいだが。
Like, Tomasa could be a dick in some routes, but, like, I don't mind listening to him talk, so... Actually, this might have helped the whole time when you're being an ass. Like, Tomasa, you know what? Just keep talking, actually.
元はただの動物なんだよな。化け物でも何でもなく。ドラマのポイントのために接触を続けるうちに分かってきたんだ。最終的に人間並みの知能を身につけて喋れるようになったみたいだが、本来ただのキメラなんだろう。猿だったり犬だったり猫だったり、俺たちの世界に普通に存在する動物なんだよな。
彼らの本来の姿はあの泥のような形じゃないのか。
そうなんですが、それは最終的に変化した姿じゃないかと思ったんです。図書館のモルペウス計画当時の資料にもありました。月面基地には地球から連れてきた小型あるいは中型の動物がいたそうです。もちろん30年前の事故で全て死んだと考えられますが、何らかの理由で生き残っていたとしたら、月面基地の状態に合わせて生き残れるように生態を変えていたら。ああ、そっか。ここの画面にさ、キャスト全員の健康状態と個人情報が表示されているんだけど、それと似た感じで管理されているデータがあって、異世界人の生体データなのかなと思ったけど、体温、脈拍、各血中成分の値のばらつきが大きすぎるんだよね。彼らがバラバラの
Oh,
そんなバカな。
of course, we got a little bit of skipping through
本当
some.
のことを知るためにプロデューサーの指名はしない。そういう約束だったね、セナ君。
Iochi just has, like, would you stop being so pretty? Just, you're pretty, your voice is, stop being so beautiful, Jesus. I love it. I love it. Every time Iochi opens their mouth, I'm like, God, your voice is so pretty. It goes with your pretty damn face. It's like serious, but pretty. Okay, so this is where we see the video of Grandma. Like, listen, Grandma, no offense, but
衛星モルペウスは軌道が不安定だったからね。地球にぶつかる万一の可能性に備えて。
装置の誤作動だったんだよね。
そうだよ。当時月面基地で稼働していた AI が軌道を計算し管理していたんだけどね。
we need more Chigasaki talking.
その証人があろうことが簡単に降りてしまったらしい。仕掛けられた爆弾がそこで終われば衛星モルペウスを失うだけで済んだ話だった。
月に近すぎて影響が月面基地にも。
Okay, hold on, I'm gonna skip through a little. I think we've seen everybody, but really, I mean, we don't get a lot of Dazai going on. Hold on. Here we go. Where's when we get Dazai back? All right, so maybe we get to talk to him a little bit. Give me back Dazai, and then you proceed to basically act like you're in love with Haiji at the end. Fuck you! That's what makes me mad. You don't get to get Dazai back.
それで合ってる。
Yeah, we don't get to get Dazai back and then, like, forsake him. He's a man of very few fucking words, isn't he?
そう。クラスの奴らはみんな忘れてしまったけど、お前は忘れないって言ったよな。
Listen. Ibana makes me giggle, and I love how angry he gets, and it's so much fun, and Iochi's beautiful and has a beautiful voice, but I can't help it every single time he fucking opens his mouth. It's like, all right, he's just like a warm fucking blanket, and I just want to curl up in it. Like, I don't have to choose which one's my favorite, right? I can just be like all of them. Like, because, like, Ibana's a salty little marshmallow with glasses. We know how much I like that. Iochi's a beautiful little flirt. I like that. And Dazai's just fucking perfect. I don't even know why Dazai is perfect. He just is. And I feel like I would fight anyone who disagrees. And it's like, well, no. Dazai's perfect and you're wrong. Doesn't matter what you bring to the table and what reasons you have, you're wrong. Like, I have no reasoning. I can't be like, well, I love Ibana because he's a salty little marshmallow with glasses, and that's what I like. Like, I at least have a reason for that. I don't have anything on the side from, like, but Dazai. Like, I have nothing. And, like, I mean, yes, his voice is like a warm blanket, and you just want to curl up in it and just go to sleep and be happy forever. But, like, I just don't know what else it is. Like, even without the voice acting, I was like, Dazai is perfect, and just it's Dazai, and just fucking because. I don't know, but I feel like we can all agree. So you know what? My canon end is like, yes, we went back, and okay, Aster High G is going to be flirty with us. Silly dog, I'm in love with Dazai. Get out. We said we'd never forget, and yet you forsook him, bitch. I'm mad at her.
謝らなくて。
Yeah, and then you can't open your mouth and talk to me like that and make me not be more mad that they tried to make the ending flirty with Aster. Jesus.
ゲームクリアです。
Oh.
おめでとうございます。見事記憶を取り戻しましたね。
Yeah, no, that's as unhinged as I
勝負
definitely
は
expected.
太宰さんの勝ちです。ゲームに負けるのは悔しいですね。
Oh.
いつでもまた。
Oh. That was probably like blasting in your ears like it was mine. Holy shit.
情報局がクラッキングしてるからだ。
どちらにしても勝ちは勝ちだな。約束は守ったし、全部証明できた。俺のやりたかったことをお前が証明してくれた。
That's as a contented sigh if you heard me sigh. Like, I could just listen to you talk for days.
せな。お前はお前が信じた通りちゃんと思い出したんだよ。ちゃんと俺のことを思い出してくれた。ずっと黙っててごめん。俺がプロデューサーで間違いない。裏切り者はみんな分かってて指名しなかったんだよな。ありがとう。セナもみんなも。
それは急にプロデューサーだって認めたのはさっきのゲームクリアってのと関係あるの？
ああ。俺は本来のプロデューサーと勝負をしてたんだ。
He does say a man a few words, but he takes 3 hours to say them. Yeah. Playing game. Bro!
ここのシステムによって消された記憶を思い出せるかどうか。それが勝負の内容だった。
It certainly befits his personality, though. You know what I mean? Like, there's some characters. I'm playing Jack Jean, and I'm like, I forgot about it for a couple of months because honestly, it gets really tedious, to be fair. But like Neji just showing how high strung he is like talking really fast all the time, and I'm like, no, I vibe with this because that's me. But like Daze's over there, yeah, bet on whether or not. So he talks slower than my brain can process. Like, but it's just because he's very chill. So he's talking in a very slow manner. So like I'm like, this is why I'm gonna fall asleep in your voice, because you talk slow too. But like it fits his personality that he's just very chill. Like
セナ、そのためにお前を使ってごめん。でも、お前なら俺を思い出してくれると思った。だからお前をここへ呼んだんだ。
I'm not making fun of Dazai. I love Dazai, but I just find it funny because it's like just doing little things like that so belays the personality of the character. Like just chill talking and pausing a lot slows down the speed, as opposed to, oh my god, I'm talking like this, and then I'm super active and I'm a hyperactive person, and like it's perfect.
だから謝るのは俺の方なんだ。俺の都合でお前を呼んでお前を巻き込んだ。辛い思いをさせてごめんな。
Also how he whispers. He's so quiet.
じゃあやっぱりお前は前回参加者なのか。前回俺たちと一緒にキャストになって。
I gotta skip through. We gotta get to
でも今
we gotta get to that little scene with Chigasaki, because like Chigasaki has not said a motherfucking word this whole time, really. We've heard everyone else kind of talk. We don't get a lot of Chigasaki, so I'm gonna kind of skip a little bit. Just so we get some more. He said like 2 lines. Everybody else has had like little monologue moments, you know. Our little Chigasaki. I keep seeing him pop up, but he's only got like 1 line as opposed to everybody else. But we'll switch and we end up in the warehouse. Chigasaki really only gets time to shine in this when we get to the thing talking about the Arcadians and like leaving them behind and letting them die, and then he gets kind of mad about it. Okay, so we're watching that scene with the other people. Oh, okay. There was, but all right. We're going to get to the warehouse, and then we get to see Futami flip out a little and get a little psycho, so it'll be fun.
こうまで意見が割れるなら最初から独断で決めればよかった。
Every time. It's still, every time Iochi opens their mouth, I'm like, holy shit.
独断？
僕の権限でさっさとアステルのデータを消してしまえばよかったってことさ。
強引ですね。
そうされて当然のことをこれまでしてきたんだ。
Futami's getting a little pissed.
今の話を聞いてました？あんたの言った通り意見は割れてる。
I want to see him get psycho.
そうだね。
Hold on.
ダメだ。アステルは消させない。
君。
I mean, we haven't heard Futami too much either, so.
モルペウス計画がどれだけの思いを込めて進められていたと思ってるんだ。アステルが今までどれだけ。
He's surprisingly calm for being like crazy right now. I was expecting a little more intensity. I'm kind of like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I actually like it. He's like, do you know him? And like the fact that you are like calmly saying this is almost scarier than if you were like, do you know what you're talking about? Like, that's angry. Like, do you know what you're talking about? It's like, oh, you know what? That's a little more intimidating somehow.
どれだけたくさんの人を救ってきたと思ってるんだ。
Like, there's a little bit of anger, but it's not the intense anger I was expecting. So, like, it's actually scarier. Creepier.
あんたらにはわからないんだよ。世界から弾かれた奴らの気持ちなんて。
Oh, now we're getting a little more intense. Okay.
正義が一つしかないなんて信じてる奴には見えないんだ。その影に隠れているものは。
But there's still it's almost a little too calm for how angry he is, you know?
二見君、君はまさか。
俺はアステル側の人間だ。これまでスポンサーとしてずっと支えてきた。あんたが独断でアステルを消そうって言うなら、 俺も独断でそれを止めてやる。瀬名が連れて帰らなくとも俺が連れて帰る。少しでも道を間違えれば放り投げる。情報局の正義なんてクソくらいだ。地球でも異世界配信はやれるんだろう。奴らのネットワークにも穴があるってことを証明してやる。生き残った方が正義だ。
異世界配信はもうやらないよ。もうやらなくていい。
どうしてこれだけのシステムを構築できたんだ。いくらでもやりようあるはずだ。あちらに戻ればスポンサーもたくさんいるし、力を貸してくれるやつはいくらだって。
僕は異世界配信がやりたかったわけじゃない。彼女に言われて気がついたんだ。結局僕はただ寂しかっただけ。そのためにあがいてみんなを巻き込んじゃった。
Does a voice like for Haiji so well. Like it's soft and cute, but like
だ
it's
か
good.
らスポンサーのみんなにも謝らなきゃね。二見お兄ちゃんも。これ以上僕に付き合う必要はないよ。
Again, I just want you to compare in your head this, how adorable it is, and then I'm pretty sure when he does the Yang voice, there was like a sexy deep growl in there. You're like, the fuck, sir? How the hell? Every fucking time. Again, it also serious. I'm not saying he's the only one, but when they can do like cutesy or like cute soft voices or like goofy kind of voices, and then they do like normal sexy voice, you're like, the fuck? I love it. It's the highlight of my life.
何言ってるんだ。寂しかっただけって。いや、そうじゃないだろう。あんたは AI なんだぞ。もっと重要な、そう、モルペウス計画で目指したアルカディエを作るためにこれまで動いてきたはずじゃないのか。
僕もそうだと思ってた。でも僕の寂しいって気持ち、二見お兄ちゃんにならわかるよね。彼女の母親に助けられてスポンサーになったお兄ちゃんなら。
Okay. And then we're going to be talking to Futami a little bit more, but I want to get to the where we can see. Here we go.
じゃあもう情報局が。
うん。あっちに全件が移行しちゃった。できるのはデータのコピーくらいで。
We get a little more Tomose in this one too.
限界みたいだね。もうすぐみんな元の世界へ帰れるよ。
みんなか。アス
Okay,
テ
I'm
ル
going to skip
そ
through
今
some
後
of.
それを動かす理由はないと思う。世界人の生命維持も。
Got some Tomose. Got enough of Tomose.
つまり異世界人は全員
Hold on.
無理だろ。管理手順がわからない。30年も前に放棄されたはずの基地なんだ。情報局にもシステム維持のノウハウはないはずだよ。
うん。だと思う。
俺はドラマのポイントを稼いでいく中でより効率のいい方法を考えていた。演技はもちろんベストを尽く演技なら心にもないことをいくらでも喋れる俺よりも彼らの方がよほど人間らしいのではと。
We've gotten some Tomose. We don't need his whole freaking long monologue, but it will be some back and forth with this wave. We can at least get some Chigasaki in
そう
here.
思うようにさえなってきていた。
I think he comes in soon. Yeah.
そんな風に思っていたんですか。
俺も自分の気持ちの整理がつきませんが、このまま彼らが死んでいくことに納得できないのは事実です。
I don't know if in this one you can, in the CGs, you can kind of replay the scene. I don't know if you can. We can try. I'm thinking of kind of like saving a few minutes to, I mean, we've only got like 10 minutes
俺
left,
は
but
正
go along, who
直
cares?
アッセルに同情はできないけど、あいつらに対してなら同情する。異世界人こそ
Just to maybe
キャスト以
open
上
one
に
up for each
単
character
なる
and
被
see.
害者だ。あいつらこそ連れて帰るべきじゃないのかって。
それは無理だろ。
Okay, I'm
分
gonna
かってま
skip
す。
through some
化
of
け物
this. Hold on.
誰に
Let's get to Chigasaki. Come on, we need some Chigasaki. Poor Chigasaki.
正義物語ここでこんな
I don't
で
wanna.
も俺はこのまま
Okay.
あいつらも俺はどうお前の
I just don't want to miss any of what he says because he has not spoken a lot and we haven't gotten any.
What?
We've gotten like
Yeah.
3 Chigasaki lines.
まあ見た目はちょっと
Here we go.
かわいそう。みんな勝手ですね。かわいそうだと哀れむのも、結局は自分と違う生き物だと思っているからじゃないんですか。彼らはモルペウス計画のメンバーとは違うのに、勝手にここに連れてきて、勝手に作られて、勝手に生かされて、今度は勝手に殺して、全部なかったことにするんですね。
And then we'll get a little more Haiji because they'll go back and forth with their little conversation that we don't understand, but we understand. She doesn't understand, the characters don't, but we do.
人がどう考えようと自由です。化け物と思うのも、彼らの生き様をどう受け止めるのかも。でも、諦めるくらいなら最初から哀れまないでください。放っておいてください。やっぱり違うんだって思い知らされる。生きている世界が違うんだと。哀れみなんていらない。こんなに必死に生きているのに。かわいそうとだけは言われたくない。
ごめんね。
あなたに謝られても、それとも間違ったと思ってますか？彼らを作り出したことを後悔してますか？なかったことにしたいと思っていますか？
そんなことないよ。彼らは僕の友達にはなれなかったけど、僕の世界の一部だった。全部なかったことにはならないよ。それは一番よく知っているよね。今の結果は想定してなかったけど、僕は後悔なんかしてないよ。遺伝子情報をあっちで再現して交配するっていうのは正直大変だったから、二度目はなかったけどね。
Crossbreed. It's so weird when he says things like that. Replicating genetic information and crossbreeding with human. Like, it's so weird when we're talking about most likely Chigasaki as the result of that. So bizarre.
恋も愛も僕にはよくわからなかったし、愛の証だなんて言われても理解できる気はしなかったけど、彼らの本気は理解できたんだ。だから僕は彼らの願いを叶えることにしたんだよ。
それは本気だったんですか？僕にはその愛はただの狂気と。
そうかな。そうは思わないけど。だって彼はずっと覚えていたよ。多分今もずっと同じところで。そういうのも多分証って言うんだよね。もうそれもできなくなっちゃうのはやっぱりかわいそうだと思うけどね。
あのさ、
All
今
right.
の話って
Let's go back to the title. Have we had fun? We've had some fun. I want to see if I don't know. Yeah, I still don't know why we don't have like, can you? Oh, you can play the scenes. Okay, so we can like, you can like, oh, we can play a little bit of scene
ん
with
俺も
Akase.
みんなが帰ってからの記憶はだいぶ曖昧だな。長い時間を向こうで過ごして交渉してたと思ったのに。
Not that we really need to do this, but
お前がこっちで待ってるってことだけは
to be fair, we don't really
絶
need.
対に忘れないようにってそう思ってたから。
We've actually I was thinking we could do that, but we've actually gone through everybody. The thing I actually am interested in though, I kind of want to like I actually want to just
まあいいか。
I want to hear Abana being nice. That's what it is, because we got him being angry and typical salty marshmallow.
これから言えばいいんだろ。好きだとかありがとうとか そういうの言うようにする。なるべく。うっせえな。絶対なんて適当なこと言えるか。できるならとっくの前にやってる。
He's still a little salty.
お前が恥ずかしいこと言うからだろ。信じるとか私を選んでとかキスしてほしいとか。
Oh, I like it though. And the other thing I was curious, when Iochi's getting all super romantic with us, I wonder how their voice sounds, like what they did there. I always hit the wrong button. I'm just curious.
そういえば僕、ちゃんと君に告白してなかった気がする。ダメだよ。こういうことはちゃんとって忘れていた僕が言っても説得力がないね。そこまで君にさせるなんてまったくひどいやつだね、君の恋人は。
I actually like the slight difference, you know,
そんじゃ、
the
ちょっと
little
バウン
tease.
サーには向こうを向いてもらおうかな。では、
And the little, there's like
改めて
a teasing little whine lilt, like, you know, it's cute.
愛してるよ。君がいるなら、どんな世界でだって生きていける。迷っても、間違っても、正しくあるよりも僕に何が必要なのか。そして、その先にも希望があるということを、君が証明してくれた。
Okay. That's all I wanted to do. I just had some certain curiosities for myself. Okay. We don't really have a good, what's gonna be the good, like, end one? We don't have a good, like, everybody end CG. I'm still, like, it's still confused as to where this Futami CG went. Like, it's obviously got to be a choice that we didn't make somewhere, but I'm curious because, like, Otome Kitten's guides are usually, like, really good, you know? And yet, we didn't get that one. So, I'm also kind of curious, like, where should we, like, we don't have, like, we've already ended on Dazai. There's no other one with everyone together except for the one that we've already used. You know what I mean? Like, all right, we'll use this one because it's got at least 2 of my favorites in it. And, you know, for people that freaking like, you know, for people that like Haiji, there you go. We're missing Dazai in here, but it's okay. We had Dazai last time. But anyway, so that, oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Before we do that, I will go back. I'm going to turn on the outro music. Put the music back on. Oh, whoops. I meant to do, yes. Whoops. There you go. It's going to be extremely loud. I'm going to turn it down just a teeny bit. Because it's blasting in my ear and I don't know how loud it is for you. I'm really sad we don't get like a game clear, like, oh, everybody thing, but we would have already used that, isn't it? So it doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah, this was fun. I had a good time. And I'm just going to, in my headcanon, the perfect ending is us being with Dazai because that's the way it should have been. So, fine. But it was a good time. So, yeah. And I'm pretty sure at this point, unless anything drastically changes in the next... I'm trying to turn my volume and my computer down because it's way too fucking loud in my ear. But I want you to be able to hear it as we go out, even though sometimes you can't. But this game's music was bonkers. Anyway, I think the game that is coming up next that you will see not tomorrow but the day after is going to be My Next Life as a Villainess. Don't quote me on that, though, but right now that is winning the poll. That is up, obviously, for you watching this right now. If you're watching this on the time it goes up, like the day or whatever. The poll's log over, guys, because I got to start recording that, obviously. But, yeah. So, that is currently winning the poll, but I will see what happens in another week or so when I'm able to start recording our next game, start it, where we are and what wins, but that's been winning for like the last few days, so I have a feeling that's what it's gonna be. And you know what? I am looking forward to something light and fluffy and goofy as fuck, because then we'll be playing that after this one. This one was a little heavy, but to be fair, this one wasn't too bad. Like, I don't think it was too dark and depressing or anything like that, but we still are playing Verche Evermore, and that is dark and depressing as fuck, so I think we might need the light, fluffy game. So, good for everyone for voting on that one. But yeah, I think that's what it'll be. You'll know in 2 days, and I won't know for like a week or so. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed it for the most part. I know there were moments where I was like, fuck this shit, especially at the end, because I didn't particularly like what they were doing. Could be just an interpretation, could be a translation thing, I don't know. But my headcanon is now, yes, we came out, High G Aster is still being High G Aster and like flirting with us, and we're like, ha ha ha, of course I love you, you're like family, and that's what we meant it, and we're totally in love with Dazai because he's our boyfriend, and that's what I'm going with. And no one, fight me, you know what, don't fight me, don't even be like, well, actually, in the company, no. Unless you're, well, actually, that's exactly, what you're thinking is exactly the way it went. Because I will not hear any other options. You will be banned. Kidding, I'm not going to ban you, but I don't want to hear anything else because this makes me happy thinking we are with Dazai, because he deserves the world. And nothing's going to change my mind on that. Even Abana and Iochi up here in my face. Just going to have to learn to share. But anyway. Yeah, overall, good time. I know there were moments. Still weird about Futami's route where we played it. I wish I had played it a little bit later so that maybe I could have interpreted it a little bit better. Maybe I would have taken it a little bit better. Maybe I wouldn't have been so... I don't know. That was definitely like where we did it so I couldn't process it properly. Not that. It's just I was like, what the fuck? So that was on me, but you know, yeah. But overall, enjoyment of the game, pretty good. We had fun. We had some good times. I think the end result is not, it was alright. It's like, no, this was pretty good. Would this be a game that I would be like, okay, pop in my Switch case, take with me to replay? Probably not. I don't know. But, you know, still liked our characters for the most part. Still liked the end result and what happened. We had a good time. So, yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys around in other things. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.